All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start this lesson by giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught us all this truth, and Shalom, Tala Achim, and this truth and sincerity, starting with the 144,000 and the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, which we're fighting to be a part of. This is the brother Khabar Yakal coming back again, Lord willing, with a quick and edifying lesson. This lesson is just going to be going, really just a basic lesson, a basic topic going into the salvation of the elect. All right. And, the elect are the chosen ones of the Israelites. All right. Which the nation of Israel are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans and Israelite foreigners who may look like the other nation. All right. Which is, which is the nation of Israel is the chosen nation. All right, but within the nation of Israel, there's a chosen within that. Okay, because I didn't plan on it, but just for edification's sake. Okay, the nation of Israel is the chosen people, the chosen nation. But there's a chosen even within that. All right. This is Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son. All right. Just to, throw that out there, for edification's sake. All right. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. All right, so the land is speaking about, where it says in all the land, speaking about Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, and the 2 parts is 2/3. All right, and this is speaking about of Israelites. All right. But 1/3 is going to be left, and that's the chosen of the chosen. All right, just, breaking down what the elect is, who are the elect. All right, because if you're a new listener, and you watch these GMS videos, you're going to hear that a lot. You're going to hear, elders and brothers mention the elect, constantly. So who are the elect? All right. Verse 9, it says, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name. And that's why it's important to bring out what that name is. It's Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. You must call on those names to be saved, all right? It says, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is my power. So the third part, that's the elect, all right? That's the elect. That's the chosen of the chosen, so to speak, because the whole nation of Israel, when you read Deuteronomy 7 and or it's either 6 and 7 or 7 and 6, and as well as a plethora of other scriptures, Israel is the chosen nation, all right? The Israelites, okay? The ancient Israelites. I'm not talking about, those heathens, in that land today. I'm not talking about them. Those aren't the true Israelites. Those aren't the biblical Israelites. Those aren't the ancient Israelites. The ancient Israelites were displaced, all right, from Roman persecution, and fled into Africa, and migrated, to the west coast, and eventually, were carried away captives. Here in Babylon the Great, aka America, as well as, various other places in Europe, Spain, all various other places, all right, which there was already Israelites living in those areas too, like such as Spain, such as Italy. There was Israelites already there. All right, I'm just making the point that Jake was displaced, all right? That was part of the curses in Deuteronomy 28. All right, verse 68, No, I believe it's verse 64 speaks about, the Israelites being scattered. All right. So our people are scattered throughout the whole planet Earth. All right. And the elect is going to be delivered from the whole, from all around the globe. All right. The elect is scattered because the Israelites are scattered. All right. But the 1/3 in particular, that's going to be from America. All right. Those are going to be the Israelites of the elect that are saved in America. And at the head of that is the 144,000. Okay. So that's who the elect is. All right. And this, in the elect, let me read this last part again. It says, they shall call on my name. The elect is going to do that. All right. The elect are going to call on the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The elect are going to constantly, make mention of those names. Okay. So that's who the elect are. The ones, that are going to be saved. All right. Everyone else is going to get burned up. But the elect is going to be brought through the fire, meaning the fire going into the affliction, okay? That's what that fire is speaking about, the affliction. So, with that being said, I'll start in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. So the righteous man is speaking about the elect, all right? The ones that are going to call on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the ones that are going to say that Yahweh, while Yahushai is my power, my God, all right? And whom Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to say is my people, okay? It says in Romans 7, is it Romans 7? 7? Yeah, I think it's Romans 7, but it says that, not all Israel are of Israel. It speaks about that. Okay, because you got the Israel of God, and you got, just regular Israelites, which is the 2/3. Those are the ones that aren't going to be, that aren't going to make it, the ones that will be cut off and die. So the righteous man in this scripture is speaking about the elect. It says, stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors, which is, our number one enemy, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white race. All right. Starting with their elites, okay, the elite banking families, all right, which they funded going all the way back to the slave ships. They funded the slave ships, all right. They fund America. They control America, all right. They're the shadow government. They're the ones that we're standing in boldness before. Okay, when we go out there week in and week out, we put it on live, And like Elder Malcolm from Chicago says, we put our lives on the line. We're putting our lives and our freedom on the line because we're not afraid of you devils, man. We fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai more than men. And Lord willing, the Lord keeps that spirit on us. Okay? Verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. So when they see that salvation, which is Yahushua coming back with the army of angels, when these wicked elites, these Edomites, these Moabites, Ishmaelites, all right, and the elites are the Amalekites, all right, which they're still Edomites, but you got to make that distinction. They're the head of they're the head of the nation of Edom. Okay, which that's what the elites are. The elites are Amalek. All right, and as well as our own wicked Israelites, they're gonna be troubled in that day. All right, even 2/3 of our people, they're gonna be troubled in that day when they see it. It says that they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, because they're gonna be seeing so-called Black, Latino, Native American, and Israelite foreigners too. There's going to be a large multitude of Israelites that don't look like the typical Israelites. All right. Looking like all the other nations, but their seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So that's going to be a very strange thing, seeing a large group of people being beamed up in what the world calls UFOs. All right. That's going to be a strange sight, man. And that's why, for years, these people, which they still do, they look at us like we're crazy. All right. They look at us like we're bugged out. And it's going to go into that. All right. But when that actually happens, when those so-called UFOs, which are the chariots, the vehicles of the angels, when Yahushua comes back with the chariots, man, and cracks those clouds, all right, and beams up his elect right before the missiles hit, everyone who witnesses it is going to be afraid, man. As a matter of fact, let me get this one real quick. All the scoffers, everyone who came up against us, everyone who talked mess about us. All right. Revelation 11. I believe it's 11 and 12. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So that cloud, when you read Psalms 104, and I believe verse 3, it speaks about how Yahweh, the Most High, Ba'ashem Yahushua, which is in the name of his son Yahushua, they make the clouds their chariots. So the chariots, the ships, what people ignorantly call UFOs, they can cloak themselves as clouds. All right, they can be in within a cloud. That movie, what is it called? Nope, by Jordan Peele. It shows you that even though they try to say that the chariot was a monster or some type of alien, they went off on that part. But as far as, the ships being within the clouds, they can cloak themselves, all right? They could look like a cloud. They could be within a cloud. But I'm saying all that to say that that's a nickname for the chariots, a cloud, all right? So the elect is going to hear that loud voice from heaven, come up hither, which is going to be spoken in ancient Hebrew, all right, the Lashon Kodash. And our enemies are going to behold us being beamed up, all right, Lord willing. Okay. So, yeah, that's it on that. All right. Let me finish this out. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and verse 3, it says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves. They're going to say in their mind, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. Which means they pretty much were mocking us. They were calling us names. And the funny thing is, it says they're going to say within themselves, when they were, doing all that scoffing and shit talking, they were doing it within themselves. Some of them out loud. But most people that pass us, whether they be in a car or they walk by, they talk shit in their mind. Look at these bums. Look at these. The police need to get these guys out the street. These people, they think all type of evil against us. All right? They think all type of evil against us. And even our own people, even the other Israelite camps speak against us. All right? So, our own family speaks against us? Yahushua said, a man's foe shall be they of his own household. So it says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. They're going to realize how foolish they were. All right? How stupid they were for not listening to us, for not respecting the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, forget us, we're speaking the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So the fact that we're speaking the Lord's words, they need to be showing respect to the word, all right? And to the prophets, okay? But ultimately to the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, but they didn't. So they're going to realize how foolish they were when it's all said and done, all right? It says, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And his lot is among the saints. All right. They're going to be like, how are these guys, how are they chosen? Especially, like I mentioned, our family, we have to already have in our mind, our family is probably going to turn on us more than likely. Okay. There's going to be, the Lord's going to have mercy on some. I'm speaking about family as far as, your father, mother, your brother, sister, even some, brothers, wives, and children are going to, turn against us. But that's not going to be the case for everyone, Just in general, our families are either going to turn against us or, betray us and whatnot. But we have to already have that in our mind. All right, they're going to be like, how are they numbered among the children of the Most High? How was this nigga? I grew up with this guy. He was I grew up with this guy. He was just a regular guy. How was he making it? Okay, these people who look down on us. All right, whether it be on your job, we come in contact with a lot of people. All right, but ultimately, at the top of our enemies is the wicked elites. All right, they're going to be witnessing it. All right, from their bunkers, they're going to be watching. The Lord's going to have it to where it's televised. It's live streamed. These devils are going to, whether it be from the little drones or whatever, you're going to be able to see the elect getting beamed up in their little bunkers. All right. So next scripture I'm going to get is 2nd Ezra 9-6. I'll get it in the GNT. It says, I'll start at 5. It says, the beginning of the world, the beginning and the end of everything that happens in this world are clear. The same is true in the world above. Wonders and miracles show the beginning of events. And the great miracle, a great wonder is coming, April 8th, with the eclipse. That's going to be a great wonder in heaven. And miracles are coming too, all right? Spiritual power for the servants of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that is coming. That's going to be a reality, all right? Just like the Lord was doing miracles, his servants will do miracles. Lord willing, we're the true servants, all right? It says, show the beginning of events, which the great event is going to be the destruction of Babylon the Great, aka America. And the mighty signs show when they end. Some people will escape destruction and be saved by their good works. It says or, but really I'm going to say and, all right? It says by their good works and by their faith. So that's the elect. Those are the ones who are going to escape. It says all of them. From the top to the bottom, from the top member of the 144,000 to the last member of the 1/3, which the 1/3 consists of men, women, and children. The 144, that's all men. It says, will survive the dangers I have described and will enjoy the salvation provided in the land that I have set apart from eternity as mine own, which is the land of Israel. The Lord's going to beam us up in the ships. We're going to escape that destruction. We're going to watch this place burn. We're going to have those new bodies. We're going to be able to zoom in and see people burning in the fire. America's the lake of fire, all right? And then, after a while, we don't know how long, but after a while, we're going to come back down and then reestablish. Yahushua is going to reestablish his kingdom and his rule on the planet Earth. So that's the salvation of the elect. I got one more scripture I'll end off with. Matthew chapter 24, and I'll get straight to the point. 30, it says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. What's going to be that sign? The chariots, the so-called UFOs, which, he's going to come in a ship that's so big it looks like a mountain. All right, like it says in 2nd Ezra 13. That's the sign of the Son of Man. It says, and as well as all the other chariots from the angels, from his troops, his soldiers. It says, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So those clouds are speaking about the chariots, all right? And what is he going to do? All right? It says, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So that's what Yahushua's coming back to do, all right? As well as bring destruction, he's coming to bring salvation, all right? Which that's balance and duality. You know, he's going to gather together his elect, like it says, from one end of heaven, which I read that part in the NLT. It says from the furthest ends of the earth and heaven, all right? Because when you think about it, certain members of the elect are in the spiritual world, you know, so it makes sense. All right, there's members in the spiritual world too. But like the scripture says, the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. All right, but here on earth, you know, there's members of the elect scattered all around the planet. But like I mentioned, the 1/3 is only in America. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect. Once again, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakudash, Shalom.